Have wondered why mosquitoes always make annoying buzz sound on your ears? It announces its presence before it digs on your flesh and socks. Here is story of Mosquito and the Earman, why mosquito buzz the ears. A long time ago, mosquitoes were kind, hardworking, and harmless creatures. They neither bite nor sting. In fact, they lived peacefully alongside humans, sharing food, shelter, and even friendship. In a quiet valley, there lived a man called Earman. He was wise, strong, and respected among his people. But he had one special companion, a female mosquito named Zina. Zina was not like the other mosquitoes. She was clever, loyal, and always gave Earman the best advice. No matter what problem he faced, Zina's words always guided him to success. Because of this, Earman trusted her deeply. But Zina had a secret. She was in love with Earman. She never told him, but everything she did was out of love. She hoped that one day, he would see her as more than just a tiny creature buzzing around him. One day, as Earman walked through the valley, he saw the most beautiful woman he had ever laid eyes on. She had come to gather firewood, and her beauty left him breathless. He had to talk to her. But when he approached, the woman ignored him. She didn't say a single word. When she was ready to leave, Earman decided to follow her home. "Zina," he said, picking up his travel bag. "Come with me." Zina, overjoyed that he wanted her by his side, quickly perched on his bag, unaware that this journey would change everything. As they traveled, something strange happened. Zina felt unbearably thirsty. Every few minutes, she whispered in her tiny voice, "Earman, water, please." At first, Earman didn't mind, but soon, her constant pleas began to irritate him. What confused him most was that, despite drinking often, she only took the tiniest drop. When they finally reached the woman's home, Earman left Zina outside and went in alone. Inside, he spoke to the woman's parents and asked for her hand in marriage. To his delight, they agreed, but with one condition. "For 3 days, you must stay with us," they said. "You will sleep in the same room as our daughter, and by the end of the 3rd night, the marriage will be sealed." Excited, Earman accepted at once. Outside, Zina kept calling him, "Earman, water, please." The people inside heard the sound and asked, "Who is calling you?" Earman stiffened. He couldn't let them know he had a mosquito for a friend. That would be embarrassing. "It's nothing," he lied. "Just the wind." Zina heard him. Her tiny heart shattered. After everything she had done for him, he had dismissed her as nothing. Still, she remained silent. That night, Earman secretly brought Zina into the house and hid her inside the wardrobe. But her thirst only grew worse. She whispered his name over and over, but this time, he didn't answer. Frustrated, he finally opened the wardrobe and whispered, "Stop making noise. If you need water, perch on my body and give me a tiny bite. That way, I will know." Zina hesitated, then obeyed. The moment she bit him, something strange happened to her body. Her thirst disappeared. The warm, red liquid that flowed from his skin was better than water. It was rich, satisfying, unlike anything she had ever tasted before. She had discovered blood. For 3 nights, she fed on him in secret. He never noticed. But Zina had another secret. She was pregnant. And it was this pregnancy that had made her so thirsty. On the last night, filled with sorrow and betrayal, Zina laid her eggs in the wardrobe. She decided to crawl out to announce about the arrival of her new children to Earman, but she was disappointed. He was cuddling his newfound love. He waved at Zina and dismissed her without giving her a listening ear. Zina, heartbroken, went back in the wardrobe to hatch her eggs. When her eggs hatched, she left them in the wardrobe. Zina flew away feeling hurt, but before she left, she sneaked to the Earman again and whispered one final question to him. "Why don't you love me, Earman? I love you." And he had laughed. "You, a tiny mosquito. You are nothing but a skeleton with wings. You are like a tiny dry broomstick, soon, you will break and die." Zina never forgot those words. Her newborn mosquitoes had only one craving, the same thing she had fed on, the blood. From that day forward, all mosquitoes thirsted for blood. But Zina could never forget what Earman had said about her. Even now, after many generations, whenever mosquitoes go to bite a human, they always go to the ear first. The legend says mosquitoes make this buzz in the human ears, I know, no, who, meaning, I haven't died, I die not. They buzz and whisper, reminding the human that it has never died and it has not broken like the dry stick. Hoping to prove that they are still alive. Hoping that Earman was wrong. Until today, the mosquitoes continue to bite and sting humans who gave them the permission and equally make the buzz sound to prove a point. I hope you learned lessons here. The first lesson is not to look down on anybody or take someone's kindness for granted. We should mind how we deal with people because our attitude can bring out the beast in them that can harm us for a lifetime. Lastly, learn not to bug on anyone for love. If you are not welcome, know when to walk away.